just like the title says, folks, I'm going to show you guys how to fish ledges for lake trout. Now, ledges are not my favorite area to fish, and there's a big reason for that. One is because normal 2D sonar has an issue seeing the bottom when there's a ledge. And I'm gonna kind of show you how I fish the ledge first, and then I'll show you why 2D imaging has trouble with ledges. Now, we are gonna be jigging. The best way to kind of scout a ledge is kind of by trolling and basically getting down to the depth and doing a zigzag pattern. So what we're gonna be doing is we are gonna be doing a zigzag pattern with 2D imaging and LiveScope Plus, or LiveScope XR in this case. I'm gonna be recording the whole thing to show you guys how to find lake trout on ledges, because I know a lot of you guys in Finger Lakes, I've been getting a lot of questions out in like Cayuga and all those other things, I don't know the name of all of them. Those Finger Lakes out there that are literally just straight down. There's a couple here in Vermont that are the same way, and New Hampshire that are just straight ledges. Where do I find fish if they're not right on bottom? So let's show you right now. So we actually have spot lock down, and there's actually a fish right below me, so I'm gonna drop down to him 100 feet. Since you guys are always asking, we have spot lock in the front, and that's the Minn Kota Tarova. And then we have a 50 horsepower tiller, and then we have Garmin units in the back here with LiveScope XR. And that's the whole setup. I won't go over the rods or anything like that, but that's how I run my boat. And it's a 16-foot Alumacraft, 2001 B16 LTD. So right now we're dropping down, and I see a fish on the screen. Got him. Oh yeah, that's a big fish for sure. We haven't started fishing the ledge, and I'll show you exactly where I am. So we are before the ledge starts. We're actually at the bottom of the ledge, and I'll explain why I stopped there first, because it matters. And there's a bunch of lake trout down there right now. What a chunk, what a chunk. Back in. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you, I pulled up to a flat here right before the ledge. Now I brought a piece of paper to show you guys why I don't like ledges, and why if you don't have LiveScope and you're just running 2D, it's really hard to see fish. And the big reason for that is your 2D transducer is actually shooting down a cone that looks like an upside down ice cream cone, just like this. Now that ice cream cone that's shooting down is around the 19 to 20 degree mark. So the deeper you get, the more that you can see, and the blurrier things come on the side of the cone. So right down vertical is great, but as soon as it gets over here, it starts to get a little fuzzy, and then you're missing all of the fish in this other triangle on all sides, so that you can't see those areas. Now, if we are on a ledge, and I'm gonna use this portable toilet here as a ledge. So this is our ledge. As you guys can see, this is at an angle. If we're coming along with our boat, with our upside down ice cream cone, your sonar is gonna stop here and think that's the bottom of the lake. It's actually probably down around here somewhere. So what's gonna happen is if there's any fish right below the boat, you won't see them at all. That's the issue with ledges. That's the issue with coming onto humps. What we wanna do is we wanna zigzag back and forth. So we go up the ledge and then down the ledge, and up the ledge and down the ledge. Because lake trout can be absolutely anywhere on that ledge. They can be at the bottom of it feeding. They can come up the ledge into absolutely bathtub temperature water to feed, and they'll go right back down. They'll use that ledge kind of as a ramp to feed and kind of hide bait around the corner or hide bait on top. So we want to find that ledge that has another spot on it, and I'll show you kind of on the map why we're here. And there's fish all underneath me right now. I want to show you guys what they look like on 2D, but we want to make sure that cone, this is why LiveScope's a little bit better. So LiveScope doesn't have any of those hiding spots. I can aim the LiveScope over here and look up and down the ledge. And I'll show you that in a minute. So we have our trolling motor down. Wherever the wind's blowing, we want to start at the end of that. Right, so now we're gonna cruise up the ledge, as you can see here on the map. And I can't control the sun, but we want to stop at the bottom where the wind's blowing and kind of work our way up. So right there's a fish. As you can see that little bump right there, there's a fish at the bottom of the ledge. So right now we're on a ledge, or pretty steep ledge that comes up to what I call a feeding flat. Now that is key. You'll have fish on the bottom of the ledge and at the top of the ledge, because they're using the bottom of the ledge to cool off, the bottom side, and they're using the top part. There's another laker right there. And I'll show you them on live scope. So those little flickers down there are more lakers. So see how that bottom of the live scope is kind of angled up? So right now we're cruising right up the ledge, and there's absolutely fish everywhere here. And I've never fished over here before. So now we're zooming up the ledge. 1, 2, 3. There's more fish right there. Kind of zoom in on that. And we're gonna come back down that ledge. Now, the top right side of this screen there that you're looking at, that's my normal 2D transducer. So we are still picking them up, but LiveScope still does a better job. The one thing I do love about 2D is 2D doesn't lie. If there's something above the bottom of the lake, it will find it. You just gotta be right on top of it. So there's a couple fish below us. Oh, a bunch of fish below us. And so you can see them on live scope. See those little little bumps there coming up? I'll kind of make a little marker right there in the editing. There's a big one right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop right on him. There's 4 or 5 of them right there. And I'm pretty sure there's bait above us, that's why. So we're gonna hit spot lock, and we're gonna stop our bait right above these fish. Don't let it hit the bottom. But this kind of, I've never been here before. It's a ledge with a secondary spot. So any sort of jut out, any sort of flat, you want to fish those areas, because ledges are just kind of monotonous to look for. It's just the way that they are. But there are some days where lake trout are literally just on ledges. Then you have no choice. Here comes another one. Ooh. Got him right towards the surface. Put the juice right to them so they don't come off. They have really bony mouths. We're using 6/0 Mustad Ultra Point hooks. Just drop that fish. I'll catch another one. So we want to zigzag up and down those ledges. What's going to happen is I will burn this particular spot, catch too many fish off of it, and then I'll have to move. Oh my goodness. Oh, that fish was hot. Oh, I just hooked him again. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is a big fish. He doesn't realize he's hooked, actually. Oh, that fish was so hot. So hot, my goodness. There we go, got him. Here, let me put this on this side. Nice, fatty. You gotta be really close to the camera. Really close to the camera. Beautiful Champlain lake trout, back in. Yes, sir. Let's do that again. And we are using the 1 ounce jig head from Bendit Fishing and the 6-inch glow grub tail, which is available at benditfish.com. Slamming Lakers. Now you can also do this with 2D. My 2D transducer is over here, and I like to fish off this side of the boat because I'm right-handed. It's got more space on this side, and I got a couple more fish coming right into me right now. As soon as they engage, I engage. Oh my goodness! Ugh. With a bait caster, you can thumb the spool, put a little more juice on them, and then back off your drag. So you kind of keep your drag kind of set properly. These fish are fired up today. I fished another spot, kind of a community fishing hole, and they wanted no part of it here. Another big one. Burping, burping. Nice beauty. Stocked fish. Yeah. Stocked or injured by a lamprey, actually. And that's pretty much it. So you want to troll up and down those, putt up and down those ledges, and find at least, I like to find at least 2 fish on those ledges. Now, if you can find, like I said, a ledge and then a secondary thing hanging off that ledge. So we are in this kind of a flat there. Oh no, I got another fish coming up. Oh, I got another one. Got another one. I mean, absolutely crazy today, guys. That's 3 for 3 drops. Oh my goodness. But this nice big feeding flat, I'm sure in the spring here, there's fish just everywhere right here. Another big one. Should just keep the net on this side. Another one, beautiful green hues. The GoPros don't pick up those nice greens, but burping. Back down he goes. Minimal handling time back in the water. And you can see from the live scope on the left-hand side there, I'm getting interference from the back sonar. And I'm watching live scope just because it's easier for me. It's a smaller one. Wasn't full committal. Ooh, we hit it on the way down. There's so many lake trout here, it's nuts, folks. It's nuts. Here comes another one from the bottom. Ooh, he slacklined me. Oh, ledges are fantastic when they're on fire. Like I said, this is a ledge with a secondary area. Ledge, primary. Either a point or a cove or rock pile. Any sort of secondary is where you want to start from. That's going to be a higher percentage than just a straight ledge. This fish is so mad. So mad. Freaking monster. Another one, very skinny, very skinny. Going back in. And so another thing that I'm doing is I'm creating life underneath the boat. So as I'm pulling these fish up, they're burping and expelling their gases. Everything they've eaten in the last couple hours is kind of getting thrown up at the same time, which basically chums the water. And if you're in your state, it's legal to chum. I always suggest chumming. I don't do it very often just because it's, you know, dead bait I got to keep in the boat and stuff like that. So I don't do it very often. I got another one coming in right here. Wow, that's big. Whoa, that's big. Oh, that's big. Ugh. That's a big fish. When they show up as like 3 marks on live scope, they're big. This fish does not know he's hooked yet. I'm trying to get him to come up here so he doesn't wrap himself. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Whoa, 30 and a half. So let me go over my 2D settings because that matters. Back, let's go to here. So options, gain I have set on auto. As you can see, it's pretty high up. High chirp, you can mess with those things quite a bit if you want. I like high chirp. Beam width, 19 degrees, so here's 90, here's 45. Half of 45 is 20, so we're shooting down pretty small. And there's a bunch of fish down there right now. You guys can see those lines coming up. Sonar setup. Our scroll speed, I want that thing maxed out, guys, as fast as scroll speed as you can do. I know Humminbird used to have a jigging mode. I don't know if they do it anymore. It made it a little bit faster, a little bit crisper, but there's so many fish down there right now. Scroll speed, and this is the GT54 transducer, which is the older one from Garmin, but there's so many fish. Those are the settings, and we just want to kind of put up and down those ledges until we find some fish. We mark them on 2D just like this. And I'll show you, I'll pull off spot lock and I'll show you more marked on 2D what you're looking for. So we're gonna fire up that gas motor. We'll come back to this spot for sure. And we're gonna putt around. And I got a boat coming right towards me. I'm pretty sure it's trolling, so I'm gonna stay in my spot here. But I'm gonna make 2D bigger. And those are the kind of marks that you wanna look for. Those nice high arches. The harder the arch, the bigger the fish. Because what 2D is looking at, that cone that I showed you, is shining down on their backs, right? So the bigger the back of the fish, the harder the return's gonna be. Yeah, I got people trolling right down on me, so I'm not gonna go far, but we're gonna go up the ledge, down the ledge, up the ledge, down the ledge until we find those fish, and then spot lock on them. And I'm gonna spin back around, but that's a good mark right there. Yep, we got, and here comes another mark right here in front of us that I'll show you. Should be coming up right now. So one thing you can do on the ledge is this. We can go to Sonar setup. We can go to advanced. Now we can go to beam width, and we can go really, really skinny. And that'll take away some of that dead spot that's on the bottom of the lake. So see how that just got clearer right there? That's what you want to look for. So we're going to spot lock right on that fish. And I'll drop down on him. And we need a new grip. I'm not seeing him right now, but he's around. Because they were using the 6-inch glow grub. And we've caught quite a few fish on this leader, so I'm actually going to retie before I drop down here, just to save myself a headache of losing fish, you know? And I use a polymer knot for that. Nope, that fishing was just fast and the furious. Like I said, I didn't like ledges before because of the 2D, and there's a lot of things you can do to make it easier. Zigzag, put your cone angle even smaller so you have less of a dead spot. Because that sonar is going to find the high point and then kind of average between the two, and you'll miss fish all day, especially like ice fishing where you can't move. You'll drop down the bottom, you have a huge dead spot, and you don't want that. I'm going to drop down right over on the back of my transducer here, and I'll show you what this looks like on 2D jigging. So all that fuzz there, that little triangle of fuzz, what that is bubbles coming off my dry braid, because it's nice and sunny out. My braid is drying quickly. So we actually have a fish that's coming up to it right now. Got him! Got him! That's what it looks like on 2D. I'm gonna see if I can convince him to come to the other side of the boat. Oh my goodness, there's so many fish down there. Keep that pressure right on them. Unhook themselves. Another one. Another fish going right back in, guys. And that right there, folks, is the secret to fishing ledges. Find that ledge. If you want to find out how to find a ledge and how to find like the right depth to fish in, I try to fish in between like 50 to 130 feet. Right now we're in the middle of summer, so it's the Summer Series. It gets warm like about 40 feet and above. You don't want to fish that. There won't be that many Lakers up there anyways. Down to 130, that's just a time thing of dropping down stuff. Find that secondary thing on that ledge, even if it's just a little outcropping on your map. or on Sonar, stop there and fish it. If you guys want to support the channel, visit benditfish.com. If you guys want to see more videos about how to fish for lake trout, either click here for the Summer Lake Trout Series. This guy just hooked up behind me because there's so many fish here. And click over here if you want to see more lake trout content. Thanks for watching. See you in one of those next videos.